So, hi to all, welcome back to the Unit 4 video session of cybersecurity subject. So, in this video, I'm going to cover the three topics under Unit 4, which is cyber forensics, computer forensics, and digital forensics. So, what is that we are going to see in digital forensics is we are going to collect the digital evidence, analyze and report it, right? So, digital traces digital evidence via the computer, mobile phones, over the internet, or smart home system, because our smart home systems are full of sensors finally communicate to a server, which is a computer. So that's what we are going to see, via which any crime has happened, that has to be collected and analyzed and reported. That's the process involved in digital forensics. So, in order to do the digital forensics, right, what is that we have to understand, right? The 5 W's and 1 H. What, when, why, where, who, and how. What is describes the facts, what happened at the crime scene, when, the time of the crime is involved, and other related events. Why? What is the motivation? It is because in the court of law, unless we don't provide the motivation, it will not be validated. It will not be accepted. That's court methodology is like that only. So the motivation of the crime and why it has happened at the given time. Where means the location of crime. Who? Those who are involved. The victim, suspect, and the witness. The correct word is suspect, right? Because unless it is proved, they are suspects only. How the crime is committed or happened. Right. What does RAM contains? I told you, right? When you're doing a RAM capture, it's very, very important. That time it's so volatile, that time only it will be available. Afterwards, it is gone. So, what does RAM contains? It contains the programs, files, and applications executed that moment of time. Opened web pages, even in private mode. Decrypted content, network traffic, some malware samples that do not write components to disk, which reside only in memory. Very, very important. Some malware samples that do not write components to disk resides only in memory. Memory stores valuable information about the runtime of the state of the system. All this is what RAM capture is doing. Okay, so let us see in data acquisition methodology what is the steps involved as if through a flow chart. If you could see, the moment the forensic officer enters the crime scene, they start the process by determining the data acquisition method, which is physical versus logical. I already told you that. Then select the data acquisition tool. In terms of RAM capture, volatility is the tool. In terms of your hard disk, you can have a FTK, that means via write blocker, right? FTK image or FTK imager or other tools can be used. And then sanitize the targeted media. If the computer is on, very important, do a RAM capture. That's your accurate volatile data. Turn off the computer, then remove the hard drive. Then via write protect the suspect device through write blocker, acquire non-volatile data, plan for contingency, and validate the data acquisition. So this is the data acquisition methodology. In terms of mobile phones, so in terms of computers, these are the methods. Whereas in terms of mobile phones, first and foremost, if you get the mobile phone from the suspect, you have to disable the network and disable the passcode. That means you have to know the passcode. That means remove the passcode from the mobile system. Remove the passcode from the mobile system. Then enable the USB debugging, stay awake settings, so that it again doesn't sleep, goes to sleep mode. Connect to a portable battery. Transport using anti-static packs. This is the difference of accusation between computers and mobile phones, right? So very, very important is enable USB debugging and stay awake settings, right? If it is, because the password, suppose if it goes the locked mode, to get the password from the suspect is very difficult. If they don't answer, what we can do, right? It will be a time consuming, no? Because you may say that the password can be decrypted, yes, but it is a very costly. I think it is more than if you want to decrypt the password from off a mobile phone, we require a highly costly tool, right? Hardware cum software tool is required, which is available only with the police departments or some other crime departments only, which is a very costly tool. And to use that, we have to get the permissions. It's better while acquisition itself, we get the phone in the stay awake settings. That's only the easiest way. So how to learn and contribute to this domain now? So I have taught you the 4 steps, the techniques, what is how to data do data acquisition in computer, how to do data acquisition in mobile phones, what are the tools available, all this I have introduced. So how you can learn and contribute to the domain, right? I also said what are the challenges are there, right? So analyze the forensic images using Autopsy and Registry Explorer, because Registry Explorer only contains all information about the computer. So analyze the data forensic images using Autopsy. Autopsy is the analyze tool I showed you, right? And Registry Explorer. Understand internal working of how data is passed and carved from digital devices by the software tools. Develop tools and ingest modules. If you open your Autopsy, I have worked on the Autopsy tool, all will be ingest modules only. Like all that, for example, we have the temp file, no, that is one of the ingest module, right? And then if you have a registry, that will be an ingest module. Each one of them will be ingest module. Inside the so many documents will be available. Information is detailing in a very detailed way, it will be available. You have to search and get it out. It's very, very important. Even if you leave one piece of data, it will be a drawback, huge drawback for the forensic officer, right? Contribute by creating scenarios and forensic images, the data set, right? And the CTFs. Contribute by creating scenarios and forensic images. We have to do it out. Then especially if you want to give this to a capture the flag context, right? For creating the scenarios or getting out the foreign out to analyze the data also, we can do it out. Then reverse engineering a new digital product from both hardware and software perspective. You have to think as a reverse engineer, because if hacker is doing this side, you are now a defender, right? You have to see in the see the hacker's perspective in a reverse way. Then only you can able to crack what the hacker has done. Then infect a virtual machine with malware, take memory dump and analyze using volatility. Infect a virtual machine. That means in order to learn, right, you can use a virtual machine, right? Start doing first before doing all this. If you want to become a digital forensic officer, that means how to learn by yourself is you open your system, install a virtual machine in it, infect a malware within it, and start taking the memory tab and analyze, see what happens in the volatility. Because RAM capture, you cannot do it yourself, right? It's very hard, right? In your system, and if you want to do something happens, it will be a problem. So better that you install a virtual machine. Inside the virtual machine, you install a volatility tool and then start capturing it out. How and analyze the RAM data, what has happened. I already told you that RAM data also contains incognito mode, whatever we have opened, web pages, everything it contains. And then develop volatility plugins and contribute. Suppose you want to contribute to the domain. Volatility is a tool, right? Like there's so many tools you can bring out via plugins. You can put in GitHub. So you can open a GitHub account, and then in there you can provide your plugin so that many persons around the world can start using it out. And finally, AI and digital forensics possibilities. What is the involvement of AI in your digital forensics? How AI can help us in digital forensics? These are the areas I'm opening it out for you to explore, right? So that you'll come to a conclusion how digital forensics can be expanded, explored, advanced in the future. So that's the scenario I've opened it to you. You all can use it out, identify, do some piece of research, right? And try to bring out from your analysis, right, exploration, whatever you have done, bring out as a tool, upload in GitHub, so that around the world people can use it out, right? Okay, so that's the last slide. Thank you. Before that, I'll again go back and show you once again. So the topics I covered for in this video is cyber forensics, computer forensics, and digital forensics. All three are same only. If you could see, cyber forensics, computer forensics, digital forensics, all are same, right? Why we say in different words is because if I say cyber forensics, cyber means computer, right? Involvement of electronic devices, and computer is only for computers, right? Whereas cyber, digital forensics, digital data is involved. All things are put together only. So that is how you have to study this topics under the unit 4. So this is what given information is given to you. Use it wisely and explore and come out with some digital forensic tools or plugins and give it to the society. Thank you.